Hey gang, and welcome to episode 4 of our current City Skylines playthrough. The very first thing that we are going to do today is we are going to get rid of the jazz hole here in our ore industry area. I think that this was here as a result of the intro, from the last episode, so it's gone now. Goodbye. This guy can stay. We will be addressing this guy in just a moment. The next thing we're going to do is almost as important as the jazz hole. Almost. I would like you to see this comment from Thylacine suggesting Toadytown, Toadonia, Toadtopia, and then Ben coming in and saying he likes Toadytopia. I was personally pretty keen on Toadonia, but if we take our city and we name it Toadytopia, the combo of two people's comments, that will give us something to work towards, because now we have to make this city into a topia. That's a word, right? Topia? Utopia. That's the word, guys. As you can see, we have almost $4 million, and that's because I detailed this city and put in some beautification over streams the last couple of days. So we have quite a lot of money to play with. I'm very excited about that. But the first thing that we need to do is address our industry demand, and we are finally going to get to do that here in the ore industry. And I'm actually tempted to make this road come in more. Let's do it. As I do so, I'm gonna mention, long story, but I unsubscribed from all of my assets for a stream, and then, now I've resubscribed to them. And the only thing, of course, that I was missing, or am missing now, is the themes that I previously had. I found most of them, but the theme that I'm missing and that I miss the most is the one that had my ore texture and my grass texture, but the ore is what I'm concerned about. So I will be taking some time at some point to go and try to find that. But for now, the ore texture in the ground doesn't look as good as I want it to. It will though. We will get it back. I will scour that workshop and find it and reference videos as reference. We'll get it. But I think this is the road that we're gonna do. That's fine, right? Let's zone in some more ore in here. I'm trying to leave the rocks. I don't know. Yeah, some of them will stay, and we can always kind of put in our own afterwards, right? But it is nice to try to work with what was given to you with the map sometimes. And I think that will look sharp. Now, people probably aren't going to want to zone in here, right? They are probably going to say, hey lady, we need some services. So I think it would only be good of us. Well, yeah, see, we've got, we've got services down here. They can suffer. If people in this town want to work, they better buckle up their bootstraps or something and come work here in this place that's awful. We could, however, maybe give them a park. I have this one park, Industry Park. Oh, do I not have it? Oh no, where'd it go? Is it Winter Park? It's Winter Park. This guy, I always use it in my industry areas because it functions as a park, which is great, but it looks industrial. So maybe that will help entice people, and it looks, there's a giant rock in the middle of it. Is that part of the, okay. Let's keep it though. I mean, let's not, just mess around with nature too much. Perfect. I mentioned some of the beautification and detailing that we did on stream over at twitch.tv/ToadieZzz, and this park is an example of it. Now you can maybe see something in the background that we will pay attention to a little bit later. It's the pièce de résistance, but this park we did quite a bit of work on. You can see we made our own little fountain with these sharks that were pretending have like whale blowhole thingies and have fountains out of them. We have some ducks swimming across the pond. Very normal, speaking of normal. We like to have fun in this channel. This is an example of the fun. Really nothing exciting to see here, just normal fun happening in City Skylines. But overall, I think that we did pretty darn well beautifying this park. However, in saying that, it's not done. Now, yeah, so these grass sprites look funny. The first thing we're gonna do is turn off grass sprites. I feel like I do this every time and then they show up again and who knows. But yes, definitely looks better without the grass sprites. And you can see there are some areas that we have put quite a bit of work into, right? This beautiful little pond over here, this fountain area with all the flowers and all of these rocks. But I mentioned it's not done. It is only level 4 and we are waiting for level 5 to be able to put down the last building, and it's gonna go here. So while we wait for people to come in, I thought that you and I could do the rest of the kind of detailing and prettification together. I wanted to show you guys kind of what I do. So what I like to do is figure out a tree palette, which we've done, and once I've placed down a few of the trees, I just grab a bunch and I start kind of copy pasting them with Move It. I currently have Tree Anarchy off, so they will only place in certain ways. And then I copy paste different groupings of them, so it's not like the same pattern repeated. And I know that Forest Brush mod exists. I know that there is basically a brush with like extra landscaping tools. I feel like this gives me so much more control. I much prefer this way. Now there's gonna be a building here, so we're not gonna bother putting anything in there. I would like to grab this tree, but there's also some, yeah, there's some reeds and stuff there. So I think I have it over here, right? I'm just worried about it looking a little patterny if I grab the trees from the same place. But that's looking pretty good. And then I do have some underbrush assets and stuff in here too. And I just sprinkle them a boot so that they're not like super in your face or whatever. They're just tucked back there in nice detail. And of course, we need rocks, although we have a fair amount of rocks, but I'm tempted to put one here. Maybe we can do one together so I can show you guys again what my process is. I've been using these ones here and I just PO them, although that one looks, now have I used this exact rock anywhere? It doesn't look like it. It's gonna fit almost perfectly, but I think I wanna get 2 in there. So I'm gonna come down here, I'm gonna convert it into PO. And I do like to use PO. I am certainly not a PO expert, although I do have an easy peasy tutorial on the channel. I'll put it in the card in the top right. But I like to use PO for this simple stuff the most. And that just means like resizing it and scooching it into position when Move It Mod is not doing exactly what you want. But if we PO that rock, that means we can come back to find it. We can grab another rock because we love rocks. Let's put this giant guy in here. But we will make him less giant again with PO. Place it, edit, scale, scooch him down a fair bit, although that's not bad. And then we scooch him where we want him to go. Oh, well, that's not great. What if we just change, I don't like squeezing them too much because the textures kind of make them look a little whack when you do that, but that should be okay. How are we doing? So it hasn't got the fence, and yeah, I like that. It's, you know, it's a not a landmark, but like a visual difference in the height, and I really appreciate that. Then I will grab some of this grass that I have tucked in around these surface rocks, and I'm gonna bring it over here as well, just to give this a little bit of something, you know, to not be bland, and make sure that it's not poking out of the fence. Good. It's still poking out of the fence. Hello? Great, perfect. And then this decal here is a grass decal, and it's one of the ones that I enjoy using the most. I will admit I maybe use it too often, and it's mostly because I haven't found another grass decal that looks that way that I like. So I'm just gonna tuck it in a couple places. Now already that one looks like a pattern, so we'll do that with it. Perfect. So we are still waiting for that building to go in there, and we just need to figure out what to put in here. What I think I'm going to do here is actually grab this path that does not have the trees, and going to remove the trees from all of this around here so that, okay, good. When we put in, what's gonna be the best way to find it? I always flip-flopping back and forth between find it and the other places. Do you guys do that as well? I'm gonna try the network hedges and of course turn off snapping. And I just want to get a hedge around here. That may have taken longer than I care to admit, but it's done. And really in here, I just want to create like a work of art, I guess, between nature and statues and I don't know what. So I previously downloaded this Chinese statue pack. It's got these guys and I feel like they are going to be what we use. So if I put this down, it does that, right? Now, if I PO it, I think it just gives me the base. Yeah, that's a shame. So we know that it exists. I'm just gonna plunk these down. This one will also just give me the base if I PO it. This one is crazy, but gorgeous. So we have some ideas here, and we have this guy as well. Okay, I think we can do something with these. We'll leave that one. Let's arrange these in a way that is pleasant to view. So we will do this. Now, if I were to go, hey, that's perfect. That makes me very happy. We can just leave him underground. Love it. Now, this lovely lady, are we gonna do this in this order? No, we're gonna switch, oh goodness, switch her and him. And now he has this base as well. Can we do this same trick? You know, it's a trick, right? Yeah, look at that. Now we could, do we want to leave that base in there? I don't. I want to leave it just like that. It's going to maybe be the most difficult with this one. I am very tempted to like basically vomit greenery in here and really grow up the greenery and make it less green and more kind of like weeds and overgrowth and that kind of thing. But I think that's not the call here. I think having it look more manicured is going to be the way to go. So there's a very specific bush. Yes. What about putting these guys in? Do we want one in between each? I'd rather more than one, but we can't fit 3, and 2 would be weird. So let's put one in. What are the colors of this park? We've got pink going on. So we have pink and then, yeah, we'll do like 2 pink and one blue or blank. I'm not sure yet. There's your pink. There's your pink. Let's do blank. Let's do no little flower boys on this one. And we'll just do one of each in them. We'll go white with the pink ones. Perfect. And then because I've kind of been messy with this, I'm going to try, hello? Just trees, please. And I'm just gonna do them like the 3 of them. Yeah, so it gives the space between the 3 of them equally. Great. Great. The last thing that I will do in there is grab these decals. I forget what they're called. I guess it doesn't really matter, but they are little flowers as well. And I'm gonna throw some decals in here and try to space them out in a way that it looks kind of natural but beautiful at the same time. So it's a little bit of nature doing its thing and a lot of bit of man-made doing its thing. And we'll see. I think pink should be the heaviest color, right? Yes, pink should definitely be the theme color in here, I guess, because pink is pretty and stuff. I don't know. Do you like pink? While we wait for that park to reach level 5, we are going to come on over to what I previously called the pièce de résistance. This is the part of the show where I get to show off a little bit, I guess, because I am pretty proud of this. We did this together on stream. I even busted out the intersection marking tool, which I'm not the most familiar with. I've done a little bit with it, and we put down the basic markings. But guys, check out this roundabout. I think it looks really great. We've done like the split lanes going into it kind of thing, and we have the walkways. These are like Hong Kong overpass asset walkway things, and Jedi was in my chat and he just mentioned the word spiral. I forget why. And it made me think of doing this kind of whooshy design with the paths, and I love it. I think it looks really fun. So it's like a roundabout in a roundabout. And of course we decorated the edges all around it. We put down benches, bins. We even have like a little eatery by the industrial area. I guess bragging time is over, but to heck with it, guys. I think this looks great. Hey, if you also think this looks great and you want to see more City Skylines content like this, please do give the video a thumbs up. It lets me know that you're liking what I'm doing here. The other thing that happened between episodes was we hit 5,000 population, even though I didn't put down a single house, but I think, you know, having parks and services and stuff around helped level up. So if we go to Busy Town is what we reached, we didn't necessarily unlock anything very exciting. We have tourism, which is kind of cool. We have some unique buildings and whatever, policies, whatever. We do have some nicer roads now, which is good. And you know, all this stuff. So it exists. I'm excited about it. We need to get to Big Town for 7,500 because then we get IT buildings and we get high density. And everybody's always really excited about high density, right? So looking at our city, I think I want to do high density down here. So why don't we put in some more residential up in this area? It'll feel kind of gritty again, but it's not going to be like the perfect square grid. So I'm going to put that back on. I'm going to turn that off. On the ground is fine. Let's do a straight line. I need snapping, please. Let's get a straight line going this way. And then actually, yeah, is this the same road? It's not. So let's grab this road and use it for the rest. Perfect. And we can have it coming down. Yep. And I want to maybe plan from the bottom here first, because I would like this bottom bit to be that kind of swoosh, because I think once we have the high density and we have that swoosh going that way, that'll be the best for a skyline, right? And I don't know if you guys know, but that's sorta the name of the game. So I think I'm really winging the swoosh, but that might even be it. Maybe a little bit harder. No. Not as hard of a swoosh. That looks like a pretty good swoosh to me. I hope you agree. And we can always tidy up, right? Now, obviously that's, yeah, okay, it's not gonna work out. So how can we help this along? Maybe what we can do instead is just draw a straight line from here to here, and that will kind of almost be correct. And then over here, we will do our usual where we go 5 and 5, looks good. And then we'll draw our straight lines. Looking over to connect this way, there is something over here that exists, but you know what? Why don't I tease you for that? And why don't I let you know that we can take a closer look at that next episode? So be sure to be subscribed and you will get to learn what that is, but I want to bring this here. And of course that would bring like a 4-way connection there, which I don't love, and it makes me want to put in a roundabout. Don't want to put a roundabout there because it's right at the edge of the bridge. Don't want to put it there because it's right at the edge of the park. So what I think our solution is to come out here in the middle. So let's just do that. It's not the best solution, but these aren't too close together, and with this all being low density, it's really not going to be that much traffic. I don't think we have cause to worry. Let's do a 5 and 5 here. I kind of want to just have this be natural. Do we think I'm okay with that? I don't love that. Let me tidy this up. This is what I ended up going for so that we can create a little bit of a different sort of road layout and it's not so incredibly boring. I think I'm wondering down here, maybe we start like some tourism stuff, right? Because we just unlocked it. But first we are going to rock this area in here. And what I'm going to do is take this suburban road and plug it in. And as I mentioned, it's gonna originally look a little gritty, but I feel like we do pretty well at breaking the grid, is what those fancy people call it. My fancy City Skylines friends that know what they're talking about. And then I'm gonna grab this road and do the roads in the middle. Let's grab these guys. Now, I don't want to connect to that main road over there. So we'll do something else in there. Here, I'm not completely against connecting to the main road. So we can take this out at an angle. This is one thing that does help break the grid, is just having these angles. What did I do here? It was 6? Was it 6? There's no way. It was 9. So 9, good, and do this and connect them. Okay, so then when we grab this road again, I'm just looking to try to get an angle in here. If we could please get a 45. There's a 45 point something. I feel, oh, there it is. Bam. Okay, so then we can start to work off of that. So yes, sure, it is a bit of a grid, but at least it's grids on different angles, and I think it's going to look quite nice. I think we have what we need for now, at least. The last road thing I want to do for now before we start zoning is under here. I actually have a sneaky thing that I would like to do. I'm gonna upgrade this one, just this one here. Yeah, just that one there for now to be that. And if you've watched my Beautify This City series, you will have seen me do this to other people's cities. Can I please have both of these? I'm gonna raise these up. And you know what? I'm going to actually, where's my Alt button? I'm gonna actually do this as well, and then grab this and raise these two. Yes, that's gonna be fine. I know it doesn't look perfect right now. This is one of those things where you trust the process. And then I'm gonna draw this to here. And I'm actually going to bring this guy this way. Yep, grab him and scooch them kind of almost way down, aren't I? Yeah, all right, I'm okay with that. Then if we take these, we can bring them back down so they look a little bit less angry. And is that enough clearance under there? I think it is. I think there's one light post that's gonna be angry, but you know what? Oh no, it's like sticking out right in the middle of the road, isn't it? So we can fix that by grabbing that section. And can't I do no lights here? Oh, it's like I know what I'm doing sometimes. Bam, it's gone. That's fantastic. Wonderful. And we'll smooth out this land. You know what? We might as well do it now because, as Mike Holmes said, if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it right. Am I right? What do we think? I think it's great. I think I also see something that needs to be emptied. Are you you're a cemetery? Okay, cool. So you start getting emptied, and then there was a garbage guy over here that we've been toggling on and off during streams. So he's good to go now. I just look at this roundabout. Look at the spinning, like it's great. And our little eatery area. Okay, I've already shown this off. I'm sorry guys. I get really excited when I do things well. Speaking of wanting to do things well, let's grab, I always click on that thinking that it's the zones. These are the zones. They're like completely different ends of the toolbar. I'm going to bring this out this way, and I'm going to show you guys how I tidy up the zones. Usually they're around one of these 4-lane roads, right? So I just take the smallest brush size and I right click, or you could do this one and that cancels it, along the 4-lane road, and it tidies it up super nice. Done. So this will be the same style houses as that. And do we want to do services first? I guess we probably should, eh? Let me just plop those in. Hey, that road that I just built, well, I pressed pause recording after it for some reason, and I didn't unpause recording, but I've been sitting here yammering at my computer for, I don't know, half an hour or something. So just take this in as I zoom out. We've done a little bit of work. I forget what all you've seen, but here's some stuff. Here's some stuff that we did. This is a giant hospital that doesn't cost too much money, so I really like the way that it fit in there, and I can't see me using such a big hospital anywhere else, so I have plans for this area. Sit tight, we will absolutely be getting to those. And I started zoning in some residential and commercial in here. I've been zoning slowly so as to avoid the death wave of doom but I am continuing to zone, and the commercial need is popping up quite a bit. So I'm actually wondering if I maybe want to create a tourism zone down here. Not sure yet, we will see. But in the meantime, guys, BRB, because I'm gonna live stream real quick. Oh hey, we streamed a bit and we did a little bit of stuff in the stream. Nothing actually insanely drastic since the last time that we were together, you and I mean, which was so long ago. But you can see we did zone in a few more places. We also started something, so we'll just scooch over here and we threw a parking lot in. Very exciting. It's the most exciting. And we also started this. So, very much work in progress. Judge as you will, but work in progress. And it's going to be a graveyard. We have an entrance coming in. And this is the large advanced crematorium asset, which I would like to show you how I got it. Because I cheated a little, so here's what I did. But I didn't want to break the milestones, right? So I went into here and I wanted to put it down, and it's right here. Large advanced crematorium. Or I came over here, large advanced crematorium, right? Darn, I can't place it down until I have 16,000 people, but I really want it. So I cheated. I went to the options, went to the find it. If you tick this little guy, let you select and place items even when locked. So I did that, and I felt only a little bit guilty about it. And hopefully, hello? There we go. Now I could place it. I have to, have somewhere to place it. But, oh, hello. Hi, I'm a pro at this game. So I have since turned it back off in Find It because this is actually the first time I've ever done that. I do actually kind of feel a little guilty. I want to play the game, but I really had an idea. I have an inspiration happening with this graveyard, and it only worked with this large advanced crematorium with the way that the whooshy goes, and I didn't want to wait. So we're doing it now. If you don't like it, well, subscribe to the channel for more. The other thing that happened, you can see it's a nice even number, so I paused the game. We hit the milestone. I didn't really realize because I have them turned off, I guess, for popping up, and I should probably turn them back on, but we hit Big Town, which is very exciting. So we have another area, which is fine and dandy. Campus areas, which is cool. We'll probably do a full campus in the city somewhere. But we've unlocked Metro, which is integral to my public transit style or whatever, and we got all the high density stuff. So high density will be happening next episode. Let's count on it, right? One thing that I have noticed that we are missing is the electricity has reached a place where we need to address it. So has water. So we put this down for water in because we just had to have it while we were working on the city during stream. But I also need water out. Yes, water out. And I'm going to use probably this. Drain capacity 48,000, right? To have it kind of go with that building. It's very large. What does it look like? It's not my favorite back there, but I think we can maybe... Oh no, because that will kind of fart around with that up there as well. You know, I don't hate that. And what we'll probably do, I really need to work on these textures with the theme. That's something that I will absolutely do off camera, is get the theme looking better. But I don't hate that. With some decoration and detailing and stuff, we can really tidy that up. So let's get this attached to the line. And for some reason, I like to attach it on both sides. Is there anybody else like that? Let me know in the comments. And that only brings our water up that much. Wow, eh? Okay, well, let's put down something else as well. We could do a clarifier here. Oh, do we? Right, we ran out of room to do them here. Okay, that's fair. Coming back over this way, we could fit one there. These ones are a little bit bigger. That one will make sense there. Let's hook it up and see. Great, that is giving us enough water. Great, so the next thing that I would like to work on is power. What about putting one of these down? Wait, why is this in the electrical? Okay, well, we have combine harvesters that produce power. Very interesting. I'm gonna put, just for the sake of doing it, oh, and it actually works as a building as well. We are absolutely going to put this, I don't want to put it right at the edge. Yeah, we're gonna put it right there. To heck with it. That fits in, you know? He's harvesting away. Can we get away with doing this? We can. We'll put him in the field and he's gonna make us 2 megawatts a week, an hour? Usually these things are a week, right? Ridiculous harvesters aside, let's come back over to our power area, or currently our water area that we are converting to be power as well. If I put this down, how weird does that look? I know the ground will have to tidy it up. I just feel like it kind of makes sense to have a little bit of servicey stuff in the same area. And I think that's gonna be fine. We definitely need to do some work in decorating and detailing and making things look a little bit more real or natural or smooth, however you really want to put it. For example, this looks a little weird here, but I think this is going to be what we do for now. Okay, and do you remember how near the beginning of the episode we were waiting for name E over here to reach level 5 so that we could put down our level 5 building? It is time for the inaugural. I feel like that's not the right word because it's not the, anyways, we're putting down the building, and that is the trampoline park. And so it tucks in nicely there. I like it. I'm down with it. We can call this park complete other than the name. And so we are going to name this after Iamon, who is a Patreon supporter and a supporter of the channel overall. So Iamon, thank you very much for being part of this community. I really appreciate you. You have our first park, and if I'm honest, I really like this park. I think we've done pretty well with it. There is lots to do next episode. We need to work on high density, tackling and planning high density, maybe some tourism. I have to show you the Meownshin, which is the most exciting thing on the map. Last week, City Skylines, Colossal Order, and Fast Travel Games announced a VR version of City Skylines, and I did a video about it earlier this week on Tuesday. Click the card on the screen to go watch that video now. Guys, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.